My name is Wendy Brackman. I'm an artist, a sculptor. I work with paper plates. Paper plates are my medium. Recently, I was asked by Rebecca Hofberger, the director of the American Visionary Art Museum in Baltimore, to participate in an upcoming show called Yum, and it's about food. She had this brilliant idea, since she knew I used paper plates. Paper plates, food, what can I make with food? And I came up with my most ambitious piece, a 9.5-foot mechanical mandala. The title of the piece is Brackman's Botanical Bonanza, an avant-garden of art. I've been working with paper plates for 35 years. For this particular piece, I had to invent all kinds of food, corn on the cob and peas on the pod and carrots and cabbages and beautiful flowers. I started this piece with the idea of bees hovering over a central flower. That to me was very exciting, the story of pollination. The background was a challenge because I wanted to tie all the elements together with something subtle and something beautiful. And that's when a honeycomb occurred to me. It took me a month to make thousands of hexagons and assemble them into a honeycomb. The backside of a paper plate, to me, is even more interesting than the inside of the paper plate. And I decided that this next mandala would be devoted to the backside of the paper plate, which required me to paint everything. And that's not a problem in my book because I got to pick the colors that I really wanted. I picked the palette. So I'm happy that all of my colors are pretty much talking to one another because I decided to get them to play together. As complicated as the front is, so is the mechanics of the mandala. My husband, Lou Capello, he's my problem solver. I didn't want to build the proverbial boat in the basement. The piece had to be built to be assembled and disassembled relatively easily for transport.
I want that line
straight.
Yeah.
This is the first time anything like this was made, and there were some unanticipated structural problems.
You can see the problem that we've been experiencing is the fact that this largest wheel of the mandala is top-heavy. What I've made are 4 semicircle 6-inch wide plywood tracks. These tracks will go around the circumference of the wheel. They're going to get anchored at various points so that when it rolls around, it will constantly give force at the bottom with a caster and hopefully correct that cockeyed angle of the first wheel.
I spent over a year making this art piece, and after a year of talking about it to my friends, everybody was eager to see what I had created. So Lou and I had an open studio, and I was very excited to show it to my friends so we could preview the piece before it made it to the museum. What a nice turnout.
Well, that's his forte. He did the mechanism. I did all the construction around the mechanism.
It's one thing to make the item, it's another thing to figure out how it sits in. That's where the love of my life comes in. Louie, where are you? Louie is my partner. Everybody knows that. We've been together 36 years, and every time I get and every time I have a crazy idea that comes to mind, it's like, Lou, how do I do this? How do I build this? How is it going to work? And I might come up with 10 ways to do something, and he thinks of one, the simplest way and the right way, and I couldn't be more grateful because I could not do this without him. I love you. Say mandala! Mandala! When is a sculpture finished? You know, I remember my dad saying to me, it always takes two artists to make a work of art. One to do all the work and the other one to say when to stop. And I know when it's done because there's not another thing that I can do to add to it that's going to enhance it or detract from it. It's just done. And I know that it's done also because of the way the colors are balanced and that they're working together, because that last piece is going in and it's finished. And I'm happy about that.